And welcome to the JJKN3x3 Football with Freddy show. My name is Jason Newsham. I'm your host. We're going to be talking with head coach of Bay City Central, Kevin Frederick, as we dissect everything that went right in their week one victory over Flushing, as well as preview week number two opponent Flint Kearsley. We also are going to have on a game changer player profile hotline Tyler Anthony and Kate Sawinski. They'll be coming up talking with us a little bit about their experience from their week one victory and just about how important that locker room is feeling right now and how they want to keep that momentum going. So we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we will get the head coach himself right here on the hotline. You're listening to JJKN3x3 Football with Freddy, brought to you by Snipback.
In life, there are a few rare instances where it's okay to give nothing and get a whole lot of something in return. Take the Kasasa Cash checking account from Jolt Credit Union, for instance. There's no minimum deposit and no minimum balance requirement. So you pay nothing to open the account, no monthly fees to keep it running, and yet you can earn up to 4% APY in dividends month after month. Open your Jolt Credit Union Kasasa Cash checking account at joltcu.com/Kasasa Cash. APY equals annual percentage yield. Federally insured by NCUA. See website for details.
And welcome back to the Bay City Central Football Coaches Show here with Kevin Frederick. I am Jason Newsham, the host, and welcoming Coach Frederick to the phone line right now. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Nish.
Yeah, absolutely. Big week one. We talked last week about how important it was for you guys this season to get off to a good start. And sure enough, you guys were able to pull out a 28-27 victory over Flushing. Talk to us a little bit about how that locker room felt when you went in there after the game.
It was almost a sense of relief, I would say. We were excited, obviously. We started the game off the way we wanted to. Offensively, we had two really good drives, and we're able to, really operate our offense the way we wanted to. Then the rain hit.
Yeah, well, it came down hard. I know you guys had a little bit of a delay, and that had to be a challenge within itself.
So we were moving the ball, like I said, really well. Our offense, our first two drives, we took it down, controlled the clock, scored. It kind of felt really in control of what we wanted to do. And then we had the delay. And from the delay, I think we got to the locker room and we had so much time. I think being there, we kind of started getting complacent, maybe feeling too good about ourselves and maybe that the job was already done. Luckily, we have seniors on the team that were able to redirect our focus and get back to what we needed to do and made some big plays down the stretch to regain control of the game, which, almost slipped away from us.
Well, let's talk about a couple of guys that we talked about going into week one that you were going to lean on. Kate Zawinski, Jamario Harris, Dalton DeRocher. Dalton coming through with the one completion from Cade for 74 yards and a score. Harris coming through with two touchdowns. Cade coming through with a touchdown. Obviously the pass and then a run. The guys that you were expecting to lean on, I think it has to give you some confidence that they fulfilled it.
Yeah, our seniors really stepped up. It started in our run game. Jamario and Cade did a really good job. We have, like I said, four seniors on the offensive line returning. And, our two guards, Aiden Sirianni, JJ Schultz, have been tremendous. They're very athletic getting out on the edge. And, our guys have learned to run behind them. We always say follow the guards. And you do that, good things are going to happen. And with that, like I said, the catch from Dalton was great. Those are moments that you expect your seniors to have when the game's on the line.
Well, the way that it came out is you guys were able to sneak one out. Flushing scores there in the fourth quarter with a couple minutes left, misses the extra point. What is that mindset going into the whole extra point? With the way the weather was going, with the way everything was shaking out. Was it one of those things where you still felt confident, even if they were able to get the PAT, that you guys were going to be able to go back down, march down again, following the lead of your seniors?
I did. Like I said, we started the game very strong, and we finished it pretty strong offensively. It was in the middle where they had gained momentum, and a lot of it, like I said, kudos to them. They came out ready to play. They made the adjustments after the long delay, and really kind of put us in a situation offensively where we had to figure some things out. But I felt confident that if it were going to come down to an overtime situation or us being able to score with 2 minutes to go in the game, that we would have been able to do that.
Well, a lot of that comes from the confidence, and one of the things that I'm happy for you is the fact that you guys were able to finally get one of these close games, and hopefully that's going to be the monkey off the back, so to speak, and allow you guys to move forward. As we're going to go to break here, and when we come back, talking with Kevin Frederick, the head football coach here on Football with Freddy, we're going to talk about Flint Kearsley, the Week 2 opponent. But let's agree on one thing: it's always better to go into Week 2 when you're 1-0 than it is 0-1. We'll be right back after this brief message from the Bay City Public Schools. You're watching the Football with Freddy show here on JJKN3x3.
Bay City Public Schools, the place to be. Engaging subjects for all learning levels, a low student-to-staff ratio, a supportive environment, exceptional opportunities for all. Explore a broad range of electives, athletics, and clubs. Unleash your child's potential. Bay City Public Schools, the place to be. Learn more at bcschools.net/enroll.
And welcome back to Football with Freddy, the head football coach from Bay City Central, here on the Jolt Credit Union hotline. Before we went to break, we were talking about the Week 1 recap, the 28-27 thrilling victory over Flushing. Now we turn our attention to Flint Kearsley. So, Coach, let's talk a little bit about offense and defense, things that you may have been able to see on film that you think you can tweak and get better for week number 2 as you guys get focused on Kearsley.
So offensively, I'll start there. We did see some things that we know we need to improve upon, and that's the thing is, you start week 1, what can you fix by week 2, and we talked to our kids about that, the adjustments that we can make from week 1 to week 2 that can really define a season for a lot of teams. So if we're showing the willingness to work hard and to correct those mistakes that we made offensively, to make sure that we're always in the correct alignment and playing assignment football defensively, that we can have that start to the season that we'd hoped for.
Well, you have you got a big back, a fast back, and Jamario Harris, who rushed for 100 yards in week 1. Teams are going to start keying in on that. But on the one side of it, they're going to key in on him. But the other part of it is you got to stick with what you guys are good at. And he is a very good component of what you guys are good at.
Absolutely. Jamario's has the ability to catch the ball. He has the ability to throw the ball. He can do a lot of different things for us. He's got a high IQ. And, we plan to maybe use him in multiple situations and multiple positions just to utilize his abilities. But we also have other players on this team too that we do trust, and we know that can step up and make big plays for us. Just like defensively last week, Kevin Brown, Dalton tips the ball. Kevin Brown, senior corner, makes a huge interception for us. Right? I mean, those are things like that. We have a lot of guys on the team on both sides of the ball that can do that for us. So we're pretty confident, and not just obviously we have horses like Cade and Jamario, but we have other guys coming along too that will be making plays for us as the year goes on.
Well, we talked about it going into week 1, and it's not going to change in week 2. The best part is that not all these guys are going to have to be two-way players. And when they don't have to be two-way players, it does give them an opportunity to catch a break and get ready to focus in on their primary position possibly. But it also, it gives you guys as a coaching staff that much more confidence. And again, we talked about it before break. Winning first game, a close game, I think, is key for this team because you do have some players on this team that we alluded to in week one that have success and have athleticism and have different things and different components for other sports, that they just have to carry it over into yours and get one of these victories. And I think it's just going to be key for these guys to have success for the rest of the season, not just in week two, but for the rest of the season.
Absolutely. We've had a recent history with Kearsley. We've started the year, I think, week 2 or week 1 with them for the last few years. We actually saw them in the playoffs a few years ago. Every time we've played them, it has been a battle, and we don't expect anything differently. And I think that playing a week 1 game like we did prepares you even more to go into your first road game in a place like Kearsley. We know that they have had a coaching change, so there's going to be a few things differently. But as far as the players go, we know they're tough. They're going to listen to their coaches, and we know that we have to be ready to match that on the road this week.
Give me a couple of keys, maybe 1 or 2 on each side of the ball that is going to allow Central to come out victorious on Thursday night.
Well, offensively, we know that we had to expand on our game. We were able to run the ball efficiently and effectively, for the better part of the game against Flushing. But we know that we need to improve our play-action passing. We know we need to improve our protection of our quarterback. And we did see a lot of good things on film, but a lot of things we need to correct. And if we're able to correct those things, I think that will bode well for our offense. Defensively, the same thing. Just being in the right position. Kearsley will, they're going to bounce from a full house, try to pound it right up the middle to the very next play that can be in spread. So they're dynamic that way, but feel that we have the guys that are able to get in the right alignment, make the right calls, and do the right thing. Hopefully get us big stops this week.
All right, we're talking football with Freddy, the head football coach, Kevin Frederick from Bay City Central, here on the JJKN sponsored show. Coach, I appreciate your time. We're gonna go to break, and then we're gonna bring back on our game changer player profile. We're gonna get a chance to talk to a couple of the players who had some success there in week 1, and get their take on that as well when we return on Football with Freddy here on JJKN3x3.
I got that new thing, new style, new walk. I got that new vibe, new grip, new talk. Been traveling around the world, and ain't nobody quite like me. I got that new thing, new style, new walk. Go ahead, take a picture.
And welcome back to week number 2, Football with Freddy, as we preview and recap Bay City Central football. On this moment, we're going to go to the Game Changer Player Profile hotline, and we're going to bring on the starting quarterback and key linebacker. Made a lot of tackles last week in their week 1 opening victory over Flushing. Cade Sawinski to the show. Cade, welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I think absolutely is my new keyword. I'm going to put that on T-shirts and sell it. I'm sure that's going to sell well. I always say absolutely. But moving forward, big week 1 win. We talked before in week 1, actually, about how important it was for you guys to get off in the right direction. And you guys really thought, different guys that we talked to, you specifically felt pretty comfortable and confident with this particular team.
Yes. That was excellent way to start the season. I knew we had that game in us. I knew we could win that game, and I got proven right. And it was a close game, closer than I thought it was going to be. But those kind of close games really bring you together as a team. And if there's going to be close games in the upcoming season, it's going to help us for those close games.
Well, I've talked with Coach Frederick in the past just about kind of the team being a little snake bitten to a degree, where you guys are in close games and something happens. And again, the score is not a true indication of the result. But, in this situation, you guys were able to get the victory, and it's got to be a good feeling going back in that locker room.
Yes, we've had a lot of games where it's close like that and it doesn't go our way, and we finally got a game where it went our way like that.
Well, you scored a touchdown on the ground. You ran for 75 yards, but we're going to show the video right now of you taking one to the house, about 19-yard rush. Tell me a little bit about what you saw on this play.
That play, so I just followed my guards like I'm supposed to, and I saw that cutback lane. I just hit it hard, and then the last 5 yards in the end zone, I had someone pulling on me, so I just carried it with me in the end zone.
That's what you hit the weight room for, right?
Yep.
Now, talk to me a little bit about this passing. You were 1 for 5, one completion to the team that you were supposed to throw it to, but you completed 2 to the other team. So technically, you know what? That's 3 out of 5.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a great condition that night for passing. It was raining, and a lot of times when I roll out, there was guys in my face, and not only that, but there was one interception where the kid made one hell of a grab. It was a diving play, and honestly, I don't think he caught it, but I mean that's what the refs saw. Wow. But we got the one that mattered, the 74-yarder.
Yeah, as far as anyone's concerned about, that 74-yard was a Hail Mary, heck of a throw, probably a spiral from one end of Engel Stadium to the other end, and crowd went wild, right? That's all the people need to know in a couple years.
That's all the people need to know.
Kay, talk to us a little bit about Flint Kearsley in preparation for those guys. 2 days from now, it's another Thursday night game. You guys are going on the road. You defeated them last year in a tough game. But again, this is a new year, new team, new coach for Flint Kearsley. So what are you guys looking forward in this one?
Yeah, like you said, new year, new coach, and they run new things. They run the full house, and they have some big boys. So we're going to have to really prepare for that run game because we know what they got. They're going to run the ball because they got them big linemen. But we're setting some things up, and I think we're going to have some success because we have some momentum right now. I mean, like you said, we beat them last year, and they started off the season with a loss. So I think we're going to have momentum and confidence going into that game.
All right, you're listening to Kate Sawinski, the quarterback linebacker for Bay City Central here on the Game Changer Player Profile. I'm Jason Newsham. We're going to take a quick break, come back and talk to one other key defender from last week's Wolves team that knocked off Flushing 28-27. Tyler Anthony. We'll bring up Tyler here right after this break. You're watching the Football with Freddy show here on JJKN3x3. And welcome back to the JJKN3x3 Football with Freddy show. I am your host, Jason Newsham. We just talked with Kate Sawinski on the Game Changer Player Profile Hotline, and we're going to go right back to the Game Changer Player Profile Hotline. We're going to bring on strong safety, Tyler Anthony, who had 8 tackles, including 7 solos, and 1 key interception to secure the victory for the Wolves against Flushing. Tyler, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Talk to us a little bit about, getting off to a good start and really talk to me about how crazy the game was and the halftime and not having a halftime and how does that play with you guys mentally?
Yeah, the rain did really throw us off out there. We had that, thunder rolling, and then we went at halftime, but it wasn't really halftime. Came back out there, we kind of lost it for a little bit, but we ended up regrouping, and as you know, it was a pretty close game, but we finished strong.
Well, I think, and I know Coach, I've talked with Coach Frederick, and I've, for years, he's a good friend of mine, and ever since he's been back and talking about how important it is to win these close games, and what do you think about this year's team that is going to allow you to take these games and win them?
I think we're all just really close. We all really rely on each other, and that's all useful. Coaches always say, 11 men out there, they have 11 jobs, and we all have to do our jobs, and I think we all trust each other to do our jobs. So that's what makes a great football team, and that's what makes us.
Well, you guys have a tough opponent, and I say tough opponent in Flint Kearsley. It's a tough opponent because it gives you guys an opportunity to start your year off 2-0, and that just has so much better ring to it than even 1-1. And that's talking to Coach Freddy earlier in the show. You can't complain about going into week 2 1-0. You're healthy. You guys are playing. Talk to us a little bit your preparation heading into the Kearsley game this Thursday.
Yeah, I've just been watching a lot of film on them. They got a tough offense, and I've just been really making sure I know what my job is out there, checking with coaches, and just watch a lot of film. That's all you really can do.
We are talking with Tyler Anthony. Came up big with 8 tackles, 7 solos. Tyler, anything that you are looking forward to? Not let's get past the week 2 preview, but with the rest of the season with this team, did you have any individual goals for yourself going into the season?
Yeah, I wanted to just start as strong safety because I am a junior, so I do have to find my spot. But as you know, week 1 went pretty well, so I'm hoping to end the season off with top 3 leading tackles for my team. That would be a pretty good achievement for me.
Well, I never want my strong safety to lead a team in tackles. I prefer my defensive lineman to do that. But hey, listen, we all have to have goals and start somewhere. Well, hey, look, good luck this Thursday down in Flint. Looking forward to catching up with Coach Frederick next week on week 3, and hopefully we'll get a chance to talk with you later on in the season as well.
Thank you.
All right, you guys are listening to the Football with Freddy show, brought to you by JJKN3x3. That was Tyler Anthony, part of the Game Changer player profile. Big-time interception, 8 big tackles last week. We'll be right back after this brief message to put a final bow on the Week 2 preview show.